Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about Paytas, Ethan, what is his last name? Klein. And what's going on right now. So if any of you don't know, Trisha Paytas is an icon on YouTube. And I've followed her for many years, and every so often I'll go and look at her channel to check on her and see if she's okay. And she's not a perfect person by any means, but she has come a long way. And she has suffered from infertility, not being able to get pregnant for a long time. And after she got married, she did get pregnant, and I have struggled from infertility. I've had 9 miscarriages. And I definitely wanted a baby in my 20s. Didn't happen. Relationships failed. And here I am looking at her story as a huge testimony of just how quickly God can change your life. And it's just an amazing thing. So I'm going to go ahead and play a clip of Ethan, the uncle of Trish and Moses' kids. Now, she had just given birth, and he went online and posted this.
Beautiful and great, yes. But once again, I'm just going to say it, I'm going to get it out. Trisha lied about being infertile, and that's a disgusting thing to do. She had 3 kids back to back without a single fucking hesitation. Back to back. She got pregnant immediately. Now that's great and good for them, but she continually lied about being infertile, which is a horrible fucking thing to do, because real people go through that every day, and they don't get to have 3 kids back to back. Okay, first of all.
So, infertility is anyone that struggles to get pregnant after 1 year of trying and doesn't get pregnant. So, just because she had kids, like, how can you judge someone that had a real struggle and then was blessed by God? I mean, I just think that is so disrespectful. And this is the uncle, and his wife they were in their podcast, and his wife was really sad because they don't get to have holidays as a family and get to have her brother and their kids. Like, no one's cool with each other. And it's sad because I've seen frenemies when Ethan made Trisha cry and she left and the show ended. And, you know, there's one solution to this. And Ethan, if you can do this for your wife out of anyone, I highly, highly recommend this. Is you guys need to have forgiveness. And you need to look at the beauty and the gift of the breath of life. And your guys' kids, they need those childhood memories of being friends with each other, because one day when all the parents die, these kids are going to have each other, and you want them to have meaningful relationships and to be able to lean on each other and support each other. Like, what if your kid grows up and they need a place to stay, and Malibu is like, you know what, my mom left me all this money in this big house, come stay here, or we'll put a guest house for you, or like vice versa, you know, your son could do that for them. Like, you don't want to go through your life and not exercise forgiveness, because judgmental thoughts about other people is what messes up your salvation to get into heaven. And, you know, I've had to deal with some stuff this year in 2025 that was very difficult. It started at the end of 2024. And I had the opportunity to have forgiveness. 3 different people, 3 different situations, and it feels so good. It is such a beautiful thing. And part of that forgiveness would be to, you know, stop talking crap online about him and her, and to open yourself up to what you guys can learn from each other. And that type of change would look like this. You would stop speaking in a negative, pessimistic way, and you would have gentle conversations that aren't judgmental and, you know, calling each other crazy or unstable or whatever. That's just so disrespectful, and that's not going to help anybody evolve into who you want them to be or who they want to become. So let's just take a step back, and maybe if you went and watched this beautiful podcast where Trisha interviewed Moses and he talks about water, I think it's like from a year ago. I mean, I watched that today, and I was honestly moved. I mean, Moses' perspective on water is like living life, and the way he explains it is just so beautiful. And it was a really, really wonderful experience to see how God can manifest your soulmate. You know, how Trisha and Moses became, he was her manager, I believe, or her, like, he worked with her or for her. And they, they worked, and they're still working together, and it's just, we need to stop hating, and we need to start being kind and loving. And I really think that if you could transform the situation and, you know, have a peace offering, explain, you know, it doesn't feel right to talk crap about you online. I don't want to make you feel bad. Let's just open up a new door and walk through it together, because life is too short, and that's your family. Now, I understand having relatives that you just can't stand, but Trisha's not an alcoholic. She's come a long way. Moses is doing a wonderful job. Together, them as a team, they are transforming each other in ways that are just so beautiful. I mean, Trisha's always been a little bit out there with the glam and the rambling, but anybody with ADHD is like that, and I happen to have that, so I understand. But watching her grow and her little family, it's definitely a beautiful thing, and I just think that you guys should all forgive each other and start being kind. And I say this in the name of Jesus, and I will pray for you guys, and especially for your wife, because I saw how sad she was when she brought up holidays and how that's not a thing. And all it takes is forgiveness, and you guys can do it. I believe in you. And Trish, if you see this, I absolutely love all the names you gave for your babies. I happen to be a big fan of naming your babies after famous people, and it's so funny because since I was 16, I had like names picked out for my future kids that were literally like famous people that I think are the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So, however, I was upset when I found out your second daughter's name, because I thought Malibu and Miami would have been like adorable. But I'm a huge Elvis fan, so I think it just takes us stepping out of the fact that Elvis doesn't have, boy names don't have, if we didn't associate the name Elvis with Elvis Presley, it could easily be a girl name. So I definitely, after watching that podcast about you and Moses talking about water, I definitely think that AquaMan Moses is the perfect name for your son. And I have a face oil that I make that gets rid of melasma, and I noticed in your pregnancy or your birth vlog that you have some melasma, and I would love to gift you a bottle, and if you like it, it's $10 a bottle. It is natural and organic, and I wanted to share that with you, Trish, because you're beautiful, and I want to keep you beautiful. So, signing off for now. You guys have a blessed night, and let me know if you agree with me in the comments.